So this is for lesson 20 priority learning tasks. Can you tell me, based on what you've noticed so far, what is the purpose of this lesson?
So the purpose of this lesson is for the kids to kind of go back through the pages of the book and look at specific symbols that the author has given, such as a plate and what was the other one? It was a plate and no, not clouds. A plate, the plate and drawings,
Okay.
because as they know, the Cuban Revolution is going on. Julian, our main character, has been sent away via the page of Pan to America, but we have to look at symbolism because this is a coming of age story. So just stamping that this is a coming of age story. How do these, basically tomorrow they should know, how do these symbols show, because they're going to be showing up again in the new chapters we're reading tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
How do these symbols show Julian's growth from when we first met him with these symbols to now? Like, how does he use it for his better good or for his growing up, for lack of better terms?
And how do we get kids to notice that these are symbols?
So they have a chance to kind of, one, just understand like what symbols and symbolism is. So I do have an opportunity for them to do a short writing task that'll take about 4 minutes on question one. And what I did was under learn, I combined questions one and two, whereas the kids I have to define symbol in their own words, and they're gonna my reinforcement response. You're good. My reinforcement response would be that a symbol is something that is an action or an object or an event that suggests or represents a particular idea or quality, like how the plate in the story that he broke that his mother gave him the name tag on.
Mm-hmm.
The plate was something that he had got for his father at Father's Day, and it broke the day that they're being sent on the page of hand, and so he carried those pieces with him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's symbolic of life as he knew it is now crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And why does he
Okay.
carry those crumpled pieces with him? Because he's carrying like pieces of his parents with him, his parentals. And then in the chapters we're reading tomorrow, they're going to see how another adult figure is giving him literal glue to glue the plate back together,
Mm-hmm.
but also how that symbolizes how he has to now start picking up pieces in his own life.
Very good, Ms. Satcher. What do you think for questions one and two? What do you think like this the student thinking jobs would be? Like how would they determine we just talked about how they would determine the symbols, but what's the
Well,
thinking jobs for these two questions?
honestly, the thinking jobs is more so based on creativity of their own lives. So like my ask for them is think of something that's symbolic to you, whether it can be like a lot of the boys here wear chains. What do these chains, like the chains that you wear around, like the necklaces and things, what do they symbolize to you? And just in about a 3 sentence, kind of stop and jot in a sense, they're gonna like understand like a symbol, why this is the symbol, this is what it means, this is why it's important to me, and they'll be able to say it, and then I'll make a transition just like that symbol of the necklace, the maybe like for some girls you may have a specific sweater that your mom used to wear or something like that. It's like this symbol is very important to you. There's a meaning behind it. Julian has these symbols in his life that were important to him.
So you're basically gonna make real world connections
Oh well, yeah.
to no, I'm just yeah, to basically so they can understand like the types of symbolism, think about something that really means something to you. What is it that you hold on to? Why?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they'll be like, then I'll just front to them like the two symbols we are looking at, just so I can quicker get them to the learning task,
Mm-hmm.
because it's really simple, but I know that with them, because of how much they're giving them, like I even broke it up into what specific pages I wanted to look at instead of broad spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Just you're looking at the plate and the drawings. They understand more about the drawing because that's what we've been learning about this past week with him navigating the bully that's at the camp and why his drawings meant so much. But not necessarily the actual drawing book, but
Mm-hmm.
what did he draw in the book and why it's so important. So like in the beginning when he had that drawing book, he drew himself smaller because he wanted to shrink down and not face his fears.
Mm-hmm.
But now that his brothers have been sent away, he has to kind of figure out a way to overcome some things. He starts drawing himself bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So just making that, having to make that connection that this is where we saw him and this is where he is now, and just how the author basically trying to guide them towards how the author is showing in this come of age how Julian is gaining his independence by these small symbols. Like he's learning how to become more independent and care for himself and stand up for himself in very symbolic ways rather than just outright seeing it.
I appreciate your depth of knowledge about the text. Is there what other activities will lead them to these understandings?
Well, I am gonna make for them like the comparison chart, like not like a Venn diagram, but they've been liking when we would do semocratic. I mean, is that seminar style classes? They've been really liking that and really been engaging with that.
Now you start.
It's- right. So it's
Socratic.
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 Yeah, they've been really liking that kind of style of my teaching, where I would kind of jar them and place them, and now make like charts on the board,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing the chart live, like their thoughts written out live,
Okay.
like all together, where they can
So you
do.
stand back.
It's perfect. They've been really liking that, and then it frees up a lot of class time from what I found. And so from them doing that after the type task, they'll have this all written there, and then I'll have them. They'll be able to gather their evidence, but most of them already have for these sections, and then I will, after we do the Socratic seminar of the note catching, I'll kind of like guide them into like maybe making a claim and context for their thing, and then we move into
The actual thing. All right. What does your modeling look like? Because
that.
in my
I didn't have a chance to do.
okay, I can definitely share what I have, but mine is basically because I wrote about the clouds and the symbolism of the cloud. So I do think since you're going to focus on like the plate and the glue and all these other things, I do think that the exemplar about the clouds, because they're probably not going to use that evidence, would be a strong model for you to show them like this is what your writing should look like, sound like, and here's how how we explain this deeply and tie it all back to the claim. So I will share that over to you as soon as this is done. And outside of that, do you have any other key activities that you're going to?
Um, let's see.
Like, what do you think is worth them having a turn and talk about?
So
Think fair share.
this is one. It's like the second one on number 5. I was trying to read what I wrote.
5.
Yeah, it's the second question because the number 5 in total I kind of crossed out, but this specific question was how does the symbol change across the text? Overall, you're looking at how Julian. The whole gist of us reading this novel is to see how Julian comes of age. So from where you met Julian, how do the symbols, because obviously you're seeing a physical change in these symbols, how do these symbols in their physical changes change Julian throughout where you met them at versus where they are now?
Okay.
That's just a note that I have written for how I can interpret that to them. But just how do the symbols change across the text? Like
Okay.
as the symbols change, they should understand that as the symbol has changed, Julian has changed.
Developing as a
Because when the plate broke, his life as he knew it broke. Versus when his drawings were taken away, it took away a lot of his confidence. And to get it back and to overcome fully, he has to start imagining himself as bigger, basically manifesting himself as I am more than a conqueror in a sense.
I love that. Sentiment of the day.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think that's beautiful. You have a great depth of knowledge about this story, which is good for your kids because they can make those connections along with you. Um,
One today that we made because they're so used to seeing perspectives of the kids.
Mhm.
And so one thing I did in my last 2 classes when we got the understanding is making a real world connection from, because now you're seeing part of it, like Dolores, she's the cafeteria lady, and she's one of the only adults that tries to reprimand the bully, but in a way that she can still keep her job at the camp, but also giving advice to the other young campers that are victims of his bullying. And so just knowing Julian, while he is alone, he has another adult figure to look up to that's kind of guiding him in a direction to say, stand up for yourself. This is how systems work here. It's not like how it is. This is how the system is working. You have to make the system work in a way like that. So when they got that connection today, they're now able to understand vast perspectives.
Okay.
When it was open like that. So I think tomorrow it'll be like really easy because with the drawing, you not drawing the plate, you see how Dolores is that adult figure trying to help him pick up the pieces. So, so it'll be a touching lesson.
That's beautiful. How much time are we spending on things?
I feel like my lesson should be at least like less than 30 minutes, maybe 25. Like simple as that. And that way the rest of the class you have to do it right. And not have
Say that.
yeah. Because most of this we've already talked about. Like immediately going into, you know, jot this down like a do now. Like this is what is in your best example. What is a symbol? A symbol is this like it means something. Something that means something. Okay, describe a symbol much like I would say like a symbol for me would be my music box. It means this because we used to sing and we used to play this box. This is why it's to me. Type that out, maybe 2 minutes. Then boom, Socratic seminar out approximately 10 to 12.
So they do have an opportunity to their own personal stuff. I think that's beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to spend a significant amount of time in your class on tomorrow. This, I do want you to have that. It is the rule. That we so study over it. I'll be studying over it again tonight, just to make sure that I'm on point, and observing fairly. Like you know what I mean. But it sounds like you're in great shape for students to write a strong response. I would just definitely push the writing. I would definitely model the writing and coach the writing while they're writing. Yeah, definitely coach the writing. Like if the claim is not strong enough or they're not tying the reasoning back to the claim, I would definitely push that. Say that. Like what can we do here to get where we need to go?
And one thing I would say like about the Socratic seminar style is that I feel as if their vocal answers are really short and sweet now. Like you're getting to the point. Like Caballo is a bully. Thank you. He's a bad person. He's this. He's that. Like you're getting the vast. They're getting the majority. It gets the bottom points.
Well, that's good. As long as they can, like if we're chatting and having these discussions, as long as they're jotting where they got the information from, like collecting the evidence. I think they're in good shape. I think they're in great shape. Do you have questions about tomorrow at all? And I'm going to go ahead and share this exemplar that I'm lesson to you because I do have a CFS for it and a written exemplar, so I can share that with you if you want to include the CFS in your slides because I know it does have like examples to kind of help model it. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
And if you need me to edit it more, I can, but I just think it's so simple, but it's really just so simple.
It is simple, but if you go back through it and you see things, thank you for putting that for me.
No, I didn't add my transitional framing this time. I'll just add this.
Definitely add your transitional framing, and I'd like to see what your idea for the CFS looks like for the starting test. Um, and I think I shared you mine. It's just on lesson
21.
But I had to write prompts. Late nights. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this over.
You're welcome.
So if there's something that you have decided you're going to do in this, but you're not going to do it again, or something that you're going to push, I would definitely annotate that and just like send it over.
Okay.
So that way I have it. But it is a short, sweet, quick lesson.
It helps because usually writing test days, our lessons are not short.
They're not short.
So,
right.
Today, I think worked out.
Yeah. Push for an ER if you can, because I think there's a lot of opportunity in there.
Okay. And yeah, they've been getting
Especially like
yeah, they've been getting so definitely just getting and a lot of our track records suspended, so I think definitely push it.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Miss Satcher. I'm gonna send this over.